Hi dear students, welcome to Gita's classes. Now we are going to see alternating series. In sequencer series, that is unit 3 of our M1, we have seen all the positive term series, all the tests for positive term series. This is the last topic, that is alternating series. Alternating series means from the name itself you can understand U1 minus the terms will be U1 minus alternatively positive and negative. So U1 minus U2 plus U3 minus U4 and so on. Okay. In general you can write minus 1 the whole power n minus 1 into Un. If you want you can write minus 1 power n plus 1 into Un also, nothing wrong. Okay. So you can write minus 1 power n plus 1 also. So your series whose terms are alternatively positive and negative is called an alternating series. It is written like this and denoted by sigma. N varies from 1 to infinity, you can see. Minus 1 for n minus 1 into Un. Okay. So if this is only one test here to check whether it is convergent or divergent or oscillatory, like that. So if Un is a sequence of positive terms such that U1, here this condition should be satisfied. Okay, it should be decreasing series. U1 greater than or equal to U2 greater than or equal to and so on. And limit n tends to infinity, Un should be equal to 0. If it satisfies these two conditions, then the alternating series is convergent. If you are not getting this limit n tends to infinity, Un is equal to 0. That is, if it is not equal to 0, then the series, given series is oscillatory. Given series is oscillatory. Okay. Let us do some problems. Here we'll see some examples. Suppose if you have 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4. This is an example for oscillatory series. Now we'll see some more problems. Let us see whether it is using Leibniz test. Let us find out. So prove that, the question is, prove that sigma n varies from 0 to infinity minus 1 the whole power n by n factorial, that is 1 minus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial minus 1 by 3 factorial plus etc. up to infinity is convergent. Prove that this is convergent. So this is an oscillatory series. So what is our Un? It is already given. Un is 1 by n factorial. Generally we write sigma minus 1 per n minus 1 or n into Un we write. Here it is given that sigma minus 1 per n into Un. So what is Un here? 1 by n factorial. It doesn't matter whether you write n minus 1 or n plus 1. Nothing. Okay. So clearly now it is 1 by n factorial. Definitely factorial is defined for positive numbers. So Un is greater than or equal to 0, we know. And Un greater than Un plus 1. That is also obvious. So suppose if you write 1 by 2 factorial, definitely 1 by 3 factorial if you write. This is in the denominator. Denominator you have greater number. That means this is greater than or equal to. Okay. So 1 by n factorial is greater than or equal to 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Therefore Un is greater than n plus 1 for all n. Right. Now what about limit n tends to infinity? Un is equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 by n factorial. Therefore obviously it is 0. N factorial, here in the denominator you will get infinity, therefore it will become 0. Therefore both the conditions of Leibniz test is, are satisfied. Therefore by Leibniz test sigma minus 1 per n by n factorial converges. Okay. Next problem. Prove that 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus etc. converges. Now you know what is Un. Un is 1 by n. Therefore the conditions are satisfied. Un greater than or equal to Un plus 1. Therefore first condition is satisfied. Limit n tends to infinity 1 by n is also 0. Therefore second condition is also satisfied. Therefore by Leibniz test sigma Un is convergent, or given series is convergent, you can say. Similarly, one more question we'll see. Show that the series 1 minus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial minus 1 by 6 factorial plus etc. converges. So here what is our un? Only un I'll write. Your remaining things you can take care of. So 2n minus 2 factorial. So obviously 2n minus 2 and the next will be n should be replaced by n plus 1. So 2 into n plus 1 minus 2, that is 2n minus 4. Definitely it will be 2 into n plus 1 minus 2, that is 2n plus 2 minus 2. So 2 will get cancelled, you will be getting 2n. So 2n is greater than 2n plus 1. So therefore un is greater than or equal to un plus 1, right? Therefore first condition is satisfied. Similarly, limit n tends to infinity. Everything is n is in the denominator only. So 2n minus 2 the whole factorial is also equal to 0. Therefore by Leibniz test it is convergent. Right? So test the convergence of the series. Next question. Fourth question. Test the convergence of the series sigma n varies from 1 to infinity minus 1 per n plus 1 into root of n plus 1 minus root n. Whether this is convergent or not. We know that what is un? Root of n plus 1 minus root n, right? This can be written as 1 by root of n plus 1 plus root n. You have to multiply and divide by its conjugate. Already we have done these kind of problems. So here definitely un plus 1 minus un, if you find out, this will be, you will get one negative term, so it is less than 0. That implies un is greater than un plus 1. Or you just replace n by n plus 1. You will be getting greater value in the denominator, therefore it is greater than, okay. So limit n tends to infinity. 1 by root of n plus 1 plus root of n is also 0 because all the n's are in the denominator. Therefore, obviously it is 0. Therefore, by Leibniz test, the series is convergent. Okay. Next is absolute convergence and conditional convergence. There are two more important definitions. One is absolute convergence and another one is conditional convergence. Absolute convergence, if the series, the definition is, if the series of arbitrary terms u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus etc. plus un plus etc. Arbitrary here mention some positive, some negative, okay, be such that modulus of u1 plus modulus of u2 plus etc., that is absolute value of u1 plus u2 plus etc. un is convergent, then the series sigma un is said to be, that is this series, first one, is said to be absolutely convergent. Right? Therefore, if it is absolutely convergent, then sigma mod un should be convergent. Okay. So, and if the sigma, there is one more theorem also, if sigma modulus un is convergent, then definitely sigma un will also be convergent. But the converse need not be true. That is, if sigma un is convergent, sigma modulus of un need not be convergent. Okay, it may be divergent also sometimes. So next is conditional convergence. Conditional convergence. Both the definitions are important. One definite question for minimum 2 marks you can expect, for definitions also 2 to 3 marks. So if sigma un is convergent and sigma modulus of un is divergent, then sigma un is said to be conditionally convergent. Okay. If both are convergent, then it is absolutely convergent. If sigma mod un is divergent and sigma un is convergent, then it is said to be conditionally convergent or semi-convergent, you can say. Okay. Now let us see some problems. Find the convergence of one minus 1 by 2 squared plus 1 by 3 squared minus 1 by 4 squared plus etc. So what is sigma un? Is equal to sigma minus 1 the whole power n minus 1 divided by n squared. So what is sigma mod un here? 1. Sigma mod un means wherever you have minus you replace it by plus. Okay. You make every term as plus. That is sigma mod un. So 1 by 2 squared plus 1 by 3 squared plus 1 by 4 squared plus etc. This you know what is this series? Already we have studied, right? Sigma 1 by n power p. Right? Where p is equal to 2. Therefore which is what? Convergent. P test by P test. This is convergent. This series is convergent by P test. Because P is equal to 2 which is greater than 1. Therefore it is convergent. Now you know sigma mod un is convergent. Therefore sigma un is also convergent. This is convergent means you can say that it is absolutely convergent. Okay. Therefore, the given series also convergent. Next, one more problem. 5 by 2 minus 7 by 4 plus 9 by 6 minus 11 by 8 plus etc. Now you have to write the general term. What is un? 2n plus 3 divided by 2n. Here it goes on like this 5, 7, 9 etc. Initially it is 5. Therefore 2n plus 3. Okay. Or 2n plus 1 we write generally. 2n plus 1, 2n minus 1, all these things for odd numbers. Here in the denominator it is even number. Therefore it is 2n. Therefore what is un plus 1? 2n plus 5, the next number, right? You replace n by n plus 1. 2n plus 5 by 2n plus 2 is our un plus 1. Now consider un plus 1 minus un. You will be getting minus 6 divided by, if you simplify, you will be getting 4n squared plus 4n, which will be less than 0. Therefore, less than 0 means un is greater than un plus 1. Less than 0 means un will come to the other side. So, un plus 1 is less than un. Therefore, un is greater than un plus 1. Okay. Now, limit n tends to infinity. Un is equal to limit n tends to infinity 2n plus 3 divided by 2n, which is equal to limit n tends to infinity. You take n outside, so 2 plus 3 by n divided by 2n. n will get cancelled. You will be getting 2 divided by 2, which is not equal to 0. Therefore, by Leibniz rule, if you get not equal to 0 value here, then it will be oscillating. The given series is oscillating. Okay. And one more question, last question. Sigma, discuss the series of nature of the series. Cos n pi divided by 1 plus n squared. What do you know about cos n pi? It is minus 1 per n. Okay. That is why they have given cos n pi. It is minus 1 per n. So 1 by 1 plus n squared. What is un now? 1 by 1 plus n squared plus 1 or 1 plus n squared. We know that sigma mod un is 1 by n squared plus 1. Therefore, which is convergent. Already we have proved this 1 by n squared plus 1. Therefore, the given series is absolutely convergent. Okay. Therefore, absolutely convergence means it is also convergent. Okay. And if you consider this one more example, 1 minus un is equal to, if you consider sigma un is, consider this series 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus etc. This is our sigma un. Okay. Or un is equal to this one. Then this is convergent. Just now we have seen, we have proved that by Leibniz test we have proved that this is convergent. But sigma mod un, if you consider, sigma mod un is 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus etc. What is this? Sigma 1 by n, right? That is by P series test we know that P is equal to 1. So P is less than or equal to 1 means this is divergent, which is divergent. So by Leibniz test the given series is convergent but sigma mod un is divergent, we have seen. So if you find out sigma, first you find sigma mod un. If this is convergent, directly you can conclude that sigma un is convergent. If you get this is divergent, then go for Leibniz test to find out this whether it is convergent or divergent. In this case, what is it called? It is conditionally convergent. Understood? So always better in alternating series, first you consider sigma mod un. If this is convergent, then you can conclude that the given series is also convergent. If this is divergent, then go for Leibniz test to find out whether the given series is convergent or not. Okay. So with this, the last topic is over, and thank you so much for listening.